Hey guys, welcome to the video. Yesterday we saw the drone did really well in an urban environment, but now part 2, the return home. If you've not seen part 1, go and check it out. So as mentioned yesterday, unfortunately the screen recorder has not worked, but I've got the 4K footage and I'm going to add on the subtitles and overlay all the information off the DJI Fly app so you can see what happens when I'm coming home. You can see in the top left hand corner you've got the battery, the meters and the wind notifications, and the bottom left hand corner you've got all the data that comes direct from that drone, including the speed, and we'll talk about what happens to this drone while it's returning back to me. So if you look at the footage now, this drone is not being moved by myself, it's getting blown about and battered in the air by the wind. So that wind has changed dramatically coming back, and if you see the blue pointer, that's where I need to get back to, but I've still got over 2,000 meters and it's just going so slow and being flung left and right, so it's really getting a good battering coming back here. And this is in position mode, so it's not going particularly fast. If you look, it's only going 5 to 6 meters per second, which is really slow. And also we'll be looking at the battery to see how that battery does, but in winds like this it drains so fast, and by looking at that 44% battery, and as we discussed on a previous video, that means you've only got just over 3 minutes, and that's including any reserve that's left on that battery. So it's not going good at the moment, still just under 2,000 meters to go. So I've switched it over now into sports mode. This will make sure that you can go at the fastest speed the drone can go at, but it also has an impact on that battery and drains even more, so keep a lookout in that top left hand corner for the battery life. As you can see, that drone is really struggling. If you look at that speed again at the bottom, it's now 5 meters per second, 1 meter per second, and this is in sports mode, so it's going really slow. It's obviously fighting that wind. That wind, especially near the coast, can change direction so suddenly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the course of the drone and try and fly the way I actually came in, so over towards that school there. But by changing that direction, look how much that drone is being pushed over to the sea. So it is really struggling to get back to me, and that's something you need to concentrate on when you're looking at that battery life, thinking the distance I need to get back to me in winds like this, it's just not going to happen. So that's when you need to be thinking of a plan B. I'm thinking pretty quick. So my aim is to get away from these houses, but also to stay clear of the sea, knowing how much that drone is getting pushed about. So fortunately in this area I know that there is lots of fields where I can have options to land that drone safely. So my 3 points I'm going to be looking at are the purple, the blue and the yellow, and trying to pick which one's best. If you're at the other end of a large field, keep that drone going to you as close as possible, but for me, because I've got obstructions, I've got houses and roads to pass over, it's a lot better to pick a point and get it to land knowing where it's going to be than actually keep on going trying to get as close to me as possible but end up being force landed into an area I don't want it to land. So at this point, to preserve any extra battery, I turn the 4K recording off and land the drone myself into one of those fields and then go and recover that drone, so stay tuned for the recovery. So this has only happened to me twice now, but it just shows that a sudden change of wind, you can easily have problems when flying that drone. So we're just going to check out on this field. I've got the DJI Find My Drone running in the background. It's usually fairly accurate, so we're just going to try and see if we can recover it. So according to the DJI Fly app, when I was actually landing it, there was this grid here coming up now, and it was actually centered to that. So I've got it on to start flashing and beeping on the drone. Unfortunately it's not very loud and you can't really see the drone beacons flashing in conditions like this, but so far let's check out on the map and see if we can have another look again. Can't see it just yet. That's the first grid and it's not here, so there is another grid here, so we'll just go and check it out over there. When you have established connection with the drone again, you can keep looking onto the drone camera to see and make sure it is actually in that field and no one's stolen that drone. But the size of that drone, it is really hard to actually find where it is. Normally this map icon here isn't the most accurate, but what I did, I used the compass on the app. It actually was working for a change, and then actually just lined myself up with the beacon and just continued walking forward. Now as I said, when I landed the drone, I landed it over a grid right near the gates, but it had actually, when I've lost connection when it was landing, it must have been blown back quite a degree more, because my worst fear was that that drone was over a big pool of water water, but luckily it had been frozen over. So I've recovered the drone, and how lucky is it that it's landed in this frozen lake? Otherwise it would have been absolutely knackered. But it's all in great condition still. It's got the beeping sound going on. You'll be pleased to know the drone lives to fight another day. That was close though. It just shows you that wind direction and speed can change rapidly, just like it did then. I checked before that second flight, checking the UAV maps, checking the wind directions and speed. But especially near I am and near the coast, it can change so fast. And that's the biggest downfall to this Mini 2. Because it's only got small motors and it's such a tiny drone, it does struggle in high winds. And there, the winds were so strong, as you can see from the video. It was coming back at only 3 meters per second. And if I had longer battery, probably would have got back, but it drains so fast. So the best thing to do is not chance it and just land in the middle of nowhere or over something really bad. I picked a really large field and dropped the drone into an area where I could go and recover it. What happened though is when I was actually descending, I tried to get it right near the grid so I could just park up, go and get it easily. But when you lose that connection because the drone is so low down to where you are, if you're a distance away, then you could see that the actual drone landed a lot further back, and so the winds took it back and landed on that frozen lake. Luckily it was frozen, otherwise it would have gone right in a big pool of water. But luckily it fights on. This is an absolute beast. Second time this has happened to me. So be careful out there when you're flying in winds. So just stay calm, try and find a large field, or worst case, just have it hover in place. If it's strong enough to be hovering in place without being blown out to the side or blown backwards, and it can just hover where it is in place, then just go to it either in your car or on foot, and then get it to land when it's closer to you. It won't drain the battery as much if it's staying in position and it's not having to try and fight flying through into the wind. So I hope you found that entertaining, guys. That's the second time it's happened. The first time was on the beach where I just avoided going over into the sea, and now coming back on that test there. But the drone is great, just be careful with that wind. Anyway, take care guys, see you soon, bye bye.